Hello everyone and welcome to my video and channel. My name is Muda and today I wanted to go over some of the City League results that I've been looking at. I've been kind of just checking out what's done well, what hasn't, and I've noticed one archetype that is creeping up a little bit in the City Leagues, and I'm really excited to get to try it out in Surging Sparks, and I just kind of wanted to go over about 3 different versions of this said deck. And the deck is focused around Milotic Ex. So it has the Sparkling Scales ability, which prevent all damage from and effects of attacks from your opponent's Terra Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So in a meta game where there's a lot of Terra type Pokemon, this can really put a lot of decks just in check. Dragapult is a great example of that. You would have to attack with the Drag Cloak or some other attacker, or play a Canceling Cologne and try to go around it. There's a lot. It puts a lot of decks in check, and there's 3 decks that's done pretty well in these city leagues that I found that got in their respective top 16s. The first one here is a 16th place deck, and it is focused around. It actually uses the Dunsparce to, I guess, draw. This is an interesting addition. I haven't seen this in the other decks that I'm going to review, but this one as a whole seems. I mean, it seems pretty solid. It gets it in and gets it out of play pretty quickly. So you can just kind of keep drawing. Also, it used Noivern EX, 3/3 Noivern, so Covert Flight's really powerful against, decks like Raging Bolt or all basic decks. Very powerful attack. Also, going second with Feebas going second is not the worst because you can Ascension. So you can actually kind of like go into the active, Ascension, into Milotic, and then it's like, okay, now your opponent's going to have a tough time getting around it for some decks. And of course, a 2/2 line of the Cornerstone, Ogerpon, and the Mimikyu. We've seen this in a lot of control decks, Snorlax, etc. Pretty solid. They're used to just keep decks in check. They're really tough to get around sometimes. And if you notice, there's a wide range of energy count here. So effectively, all of these Pokemon can attack. So the Cornerstone can demolish, the Mimikyu can Ghost Eye, everything can attack. But the the Hydro Splash attack, I definitely think is one that's worth going for a lot. Just making them asleep, just constant disruption, I think is actually going to be pretty good. A little coin flippy, but with that ability, it kind of gives you the luxury of having time to perhaps disrupt with a sleep, so you can possibly take out anything that might be a target against your Milotic. So we looked at the Pokemon, pretty standard counts. We got 4 Arven, 3 Iono. The 1 Crispin's pretty good, especially in decks like this that run wide energy counts. Pretty straightforward. Turo is pretty good. I think Turo would be really good in the Milotic. Like if say like there's like a Canceling Cologne attack off something and they can't knock you out, you can Turo it back up. So that's really powerful. The Culver's Tenacity is really good for energy search and getting stadiums. And for stadium count, we do have 2 Lost City and 1 Artisan. Artisan, just to establish your board. Lost City's really powerful for taking knockouts, especially on anything that might be a bit of a threat on your Pokemon. Just Lost City it away, and yeah, hopefully they don't have another. Running the Hero's Cape, I think, is definitely an interesting A spec. I definitely think it's probably the right choice on it. This is just kind of a control type list, and I do kind of appreciate it. I'm not sure about the Dunsparce, but yeah, 16 place overall is pretty good. So I am going to go ahead and move over to this 6th place list, which is actually the first list I found on the City League on Limitless. So this is actually kind of what made me want to make the video originally anyway, but then I started finding other lists as well. So this one pretty similar. This one runs the triple Mimikyu, which I'm a fan of the triple Mimikyu in any type of control style deck. This one runs just a 1/1 line of the Noivern. I definitely think this is actually a better way to lean because I don't think you need a 3/3 line like the other list, but it depends on like if you have an idea of what your locals is going to be, and what you want to face and how you want to play. This one is a little different though. It runs the Radiant Jirachi. I don't think I've ever ran Radiant Jirachi in a deck to be honest, but its ability, if it's knocked out in the active spot from attack, your opponent's from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for up to 3 cards, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck. So pretty powerful. If you can bait the knockout, it can probably set you up in a really powerful spot. This one runs a lot more. I've noticed, it still runs the Crispin. It runs a pretty similar supporter count to the last deck. 2 Tenacity this time, 2 Boss. A Thornton, Thornton's always a fun, cheeky play to have. Sucks when you don't need it, but when you can pull off a play, sometimes it can, change the flow of the game. So that's really powerful. Pretty similar in general. This one does run the Energize, and I believe the last list. Let me go back to the last list real quick. Yeah, the last list. It ran 4 DT. This one runs 3. So pretty straightforward. Pretty similar list overall. This one does have the evolution and the energize, so if you're going second, you can kind of get some things going in your favor. This one also I've noticed runs the Megaton Blower. I'm not sure if that's actually the correct translation or not, but this one discards all Pokemon tools and special energy cards from your opponent's Pokemon and discard a stadium in play. So this is kind of trying to just give Lugia the middle finger. So I'm not sure how it worked for them with that choice of an A spec. I'm not sure if that would be my choice, but it is interesting to see the new A specs being used. And it got 6th place, and so that's overall pretty good. Okay, so now we are on the last deck of the video, and this one got 1st place in Kyoto on the 19th. So I want to save the 1st place for last. This one runs the Palkia engine. So I'm assuming you would Star Portal and you could load this up into like 1 turn, or possibly load up like I'm not really sure exactly how it goes, but I don't think it's a terrible call. Actually, it might be pretty good. Just get some water into the discard. It does run the Radiant Greninja, so you have that option rather than the last deck, I think, that ran Radiant Jirachi. This one only runs the 1/1 count to make up for, it looks like, a 3/3 count here, which I think it was 2/2 in the last deck. And it does run a 2/2 Noivern line as well. So there's a lot of lines going, but the most interesting line is the Gastrodon. The Gastrodon 1/1 line is wild because of the ability. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench stage 2 Pokemon, both yours and your opponents have no abilities. So this is really powerful against mostly decks like Charizard Pidgeot, or Pidgeot Dragapult as well. It does shut off just any decks that involve stage 2 abilities, just shuts it off. So that's really, really powerful. Also against Guardy, that can be pretty good against Guardy as well. Yeah. Overall, I think that's a really spicy line to run. I think it's definitely worth testing that out. But yeah, I mean, it has, so pretty straightforward. So this one runs double evolution, so it really is like, I guess you're really trying to like just turbo these evolutions. But Hero's Cape, we're back on that A spec. I do think that's probably the right A spec for this deck. You could also probably do a few others, maybe like Secret Box or something like that. So there are other options. And I guess it is nice having the Force Seal attachment with a V Pokemon. So that's another argument for the Palkia engine. 5 water, 4 DT, 1 and 1 on the fighting psychic count. So this one definitely is going all in on the water attack focus, which I don't think is necessarily a bad play. You can get Rating Greninjas off, you can get Palkias off, and of course you have the Milotic, which, that sometimes might be all you need is just that 160. Plus, with the Hero's Cape, making it 370 is really powerful. It pretty much can't be one shot. You can, though this deck does not run the Turo. The support account's a little different. 3 Arvin, 3 Irida, 4 Iono. That's it on the support account. So, but you are running 4 Buddy. So you're really going all in on just setting up a really strong board state. But I don't think that's bad, and it did work out for whoever made it first. So yeah, I think overall it's a really exciting new archetype coming, and I think it's going to be splashed into a lot of like control focused decks, and I'm really excited to give it a try. And yeah, I just wanted to show off those decks. And so yeah, if you like the content, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And hopefully I can bring more Surging Sparks videos for you in the future, and hopefully soon on some TCG Live content as well. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one. Stay safe. Love y'all. Peace out.